Alright, what about it, YouTube? Uh, just want to let you guys know that, you know, I'm in truck driving school. I've been in school about a week and a half now. Things are going good. I'm training on a manual, 10 speed. It's going alright. Actually, I think I'm about the best in my group as far as, shifting and stuff. I still got to work on my downshifting, but I mean, from what I've been told, everybody has trouble with downshifting till they get the hang of it. So, double clutching, the double clutching part isn't an issue for me, just because, I've never drove a stick, so I'm learning all this fresh. Where some of the people in class, have been driving sticks, and I guess driving a truck is different than a stick, and it's messing them all up. Well, me, of course, I ain't drove either one, so I kind of have a fresh start on learning it, and I'm picking up on it pretty quick. Like I said, my upshifting is smooth as can be, really. I don't, we don't jerk or nothing. Every now and then, because he makes us go through all the gears. Every now and then, I'll miss second gear, just because it's hard to find sometimes. Because we got an old truck. We got an old truck in class, and I don't know if that soft wall you just can't feel it, or what, or that hard wall, whatever. That wall, just can't feel it. But anyways, doing all right. Actually, we're out of school right now for a week for something, some kind of teacher planning thing. But I decided, well, hell, instead of just sitting around, let's go get some endorsements, right? So I went today and got my tanker endorsement. That was like, what, $8? Test was easy as could be. I mean, easy peasy. For you guys wanting to get your endorsements, I tell you, to go to drivertest.org. Let me repeat that: drivertest.org, and just take the free practice exams. There's two of them. There's like a 20-question practice exam, and then there's like all the questions combined exam for each section, for each kind of endorsement. Just do that over and over about 3 or 4 times. Make sure you can pass it, every time you try it. And then go to the DMV and take a test for it. You're going to pass. I'm telling you, you're going to pass. First time. Because, the questions are pretty much exactly the same. They'll throw in one or two questions every now and then. Like on my air brake test, they had a question that wasn't on there, that wasn't on that drivertest.org, but that's okay. I think I still got that one right. But anyways, yeah, just go to drivertest.org and take those practice exams over, 5, 6 times. Make sure you can pass them every time, and then go to the DMV and pay $8 and get your endorsement. It's simple. It's easy. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and go back there and get my doubles and triples. So then I'll have my tanker, my doubles and triples, of course your air brakes, combination vehicle. And then the next one I'll get after my doubles and triples, I'm going to try and get my hazmat, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it or not because of my felony. Because I'm pretty sure they go through the same process as with a TWIC card, and I'm having issues getting a TWIC card. I worked on the boat, on a towboat, and they had to let me go because the TSA denied my TWIC card. Well, now I'm in the appeals process. It's been over 90 days in the appeals process trying to get my TWIC card, and I still haven't heard back from them. But I don't know if hazmat goes through the same process as a TWIC or what. Hopefully not, because that's why I decided to do truck driving, because I needed a job that paid decently, and I couldn't work on the boat because at least at that time I couldn't, because I couldn't get a damn TWIC. So, I worked on the boat for a little while, and then they came back and denied my TWIC. So, I got to do one trip. I got to do one trip out. So I mean, technically, if they're gonna deny me a TWIC card, I mean, I was already out on the water. You know, if I wanted to commit some kind of terroristic act, you know, I could have fucking done it while I was out there. You know what I mean? Uh, so I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. I was out there a month. You know, I was out there a whole trip. So I don't know why all of a sudden, you know, they decided to. I mean, they wanted to deny it. But anyways, like I said, I'm in the appeals process of that. Got my tanker endorsement today, and you know, a tanker endorsement without a hazmat endorsement isn't very useful. You know, you can't really haul anything in a tanker that isn't hazmat, unless you're gonna haul like water. You know, unless you're gonna haul water. But yeah, I'm gonna get my doubles and triples tomorrow, and then start the process probably tomorrow as well of getting my hazmat. Just to see if I can, you know. Might as well if I can. As far as companies, right now, I'm looking into Covenant Transportation. They, you know, gave me a pre-hire and everything. Said my felony was okay with them, you know, and that's really what I'm after. I'm after a company that's gonna take me in, because I mean, I understand I'm not gonna get, you know, in with the best company right off the bat. You know, I have no experience. I'm not naive, you know, but I'm wanting to get with a company that doesn't discriminate. You know what I mean? So Covenant said right off the bat they'd take me, you know, team driving. Of course, start Covenant's team driving thing. But let me just tell you, their pay, their cents per mile is not great for a team, right? I think it's 40 cents. 40 cents, but it's not split. The miles are split. 40 cents a mile after your training and everything. You know, you got that 4 weeks or whatever. They pay you $600 a week for 4 weeks or whatever while you're doing orientation and shit. But anyways, 40 cents. But see, here's the but. Here's why I'm thinking about Covenant. I know that pay's not great, but they got a bonus program. And I know what you're thinking, bonus, but no, it's a guaranteed thing. Tuition reimbursement, right? $15,000 tuition reimbursement, which gives you an extra $125 a month, which gives you an extra $31 or something on each check. Okay, so you add that to each of your checks, plus they have a $40,000 teaming bonus, which is $20,000. Of course, they split that up, you know, but that's about another $100 on every week's check. So you're looking at an extra $131 on your checks, right? Plus your whatever you run. So you're looking at, starting off with Covenant, you're looking at pretty much $1,000 a week with that, with those bonuses and stuff. So that's pretty good starting out. $1,000 a week, I mean, that's pretty good. Usually, you know, you got to have like at least 5 months experience at places to get that, you know. But, you know, there you go. There's one company I'm thinking of, Covenant, and then another company, you know, I was thinking about doing flatbed. And I'm going to try and get on at TMC. They haven't come back, you know, I applied. They haven't come back yay or nay as far as my felony's concerned. So if I can get on with TMC, you know, TMC is one of the best, if not the best, flatbed company in the country. So if they say, yeah, I'm going to hop on board with them, you know, I'll hop on board with them for sure. Get my year's experience in flatbed and either stay with them or transfer to do something else. But, I mean, if TMC offers you a job, you fucking take it, right? Right? So anyway, I got an application in with them. Boyd Brothers, I got an application in with them. They're not as great as TMC, you know, but I mean, starting out, it's a good flatbed company to start out in. I think they guarantee $1,000 a week, you know, after your training and stuff. So I got an application in with them. I got an application in pretty much every damn company, but the ones I'm considering are the ones that have come back and said, you know, hey, we'll take you even though you have a felony, you know. ones that aren't giving me, especially a lot of it has to do with the recruiter's attitude on the phone. When I tell them I have a felony, if they're just like, they kind of get hesitant. I don't want to work for your company if you're going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what, Maverick. Okay, I put in an application to Maverick, right? I filled out all the information, told him I had a felony on my application. This recruiter calls me up for Maverick and is like, asking me questions about, everything that I put on the application already. And then gets to the felony part. It's like, do you have a felony? I was like, oh, yes, ma'am. Blah, 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 blah. Told her what it was. And she was like, oh, well, you don't meet our criteria. I said, what do you mean I don't meet your criteria? She's like, well, you just don't meet our criteria at this time, and, we just can't hire you. I said, well, is it because of my felony, If it's because of my felony, just tell me it's because of my felony, Don't beat around the bush. I understand some companies don't want to hire felons. But if that's the case, you don't need to be advertising that, your company doesn't discriminate. You know what I mean? Like, how them companies say non-discriminate, or what do they say? I don't know what the hell. You know what I'm talking about. Them companies that say equal opportunity employer. Those. Okay. Now, if you're gonna advertise that your company is an equal opportunity employer, you better be willing to fucking hire felons. Okay, because that's discrimination. I mean, that's fine. It's your right to discriminate. It's your right. It's not against the law for you not to hire a felon. Okay, it's not against the law, even though it should be. It really should be, but it's not yet. So anyways, if your company has that like as one of your main staples, that your equal opportunity employer, bullshit. Especially you, Maverick. Fuck you, because this lady was giving me attitude, and I don't want to sound unprofessional and stuff. I really don't, but you don't understand. I was on this phone with this woman. I had sent in the application. She didn't even read the application, apparently. Then she just calls me up, realizes I have a felony, tells me no, which of course I got a little upset at that point. Not to the point where I was cussing or I didn't even really have an attitude, to be honest with you. I was just questioning her. I was like, well, why not? Why can't you accept me? And she was just beating around the bush. She didn't want to tell me. She didn't want to say, well, it's because of your felony. I was like, are you kidding me? You kidding me? Finally, though, over the phone. Now, I finally got her to admit it was because of my felony. I was like, if it's because of my felony, that's okay. I'd like to know for future reference, And she was like, well, yeah, it's because of your felony. I said, okay, well, what about my felony? What about my felony makes it to where you can't hire me? And she was like, well, for one, it hasn't been 10 years. I said, okay, I understand that, that's no problem. So, I mean, I understand that. I do. I really do. I understand that about companies. But don't sit there and say, if you're a company, don't sit there and say you're an equal opportunity employer if you're not willing to hire a felon, okay? Especially when that felony has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with what you're going to be doing. You know what I mean? My felony has nothing to do with trucking. Has nothing. I mean, you can make the point that, well, it's a representation of your character or whatnot. Yeah, maybe 6 years ago when the felony occurred, maybe my character wasn't so great. But people change, a freshman in high school is not the same person as a senior in high school, okay? They change. Their opinions change. Their actions change. They learn more. They know more. I mean, you know what I'm saying. The person's not the same as he was 6 years ago. So anyways, that's my little spiel about Maverick. Even when I get some experience under my belt and Maverick is willing to take me, I'll never work for that company. I won't. Not after that recruiter. Not after the attitude she gave me. And not after, I mean, it was just, it honestly left a bad taste in my mouth when I got off the phone with her. Like, I didn't even want to talk to any recruiters the rest of the day. I was just like, nah. But anyways, so screw Maverick. Not saying they're a bad company, because of course if they would have took me, I probably would have got on with them, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying they're a bad company. I'm just saying, don't say you're an equal opportunity employer. if you're not gonna, you know, give people equal opportunity. And then after that, let's see here. So I'm considering Boyd, I'm considering TMC, I'm considering Covenant, I'm considering Mylan. Mylan is a company that's big around here where I am. They got a lot of dedicated runs, a lot of dedicated. It's all dedicated pretty much, dedicated and regional. Home every weekend. You know, that would be great for me because I'm fixing to have another baby. I got 2 kids already. My thing is though, they don't start you off really great pay, and there's really no advancement, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they have a tanker division or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. And that's eventually my goal. Like I said, I got my tanker endorsement today. My goal is to eventually haul tankers if I can get my damn hazmat. So, you know, Mylan might be good for me, though, as far as being home. So I'm considering them. What other company? And they said that they would take me. So Mylan for sure would take me. Covenant for sure. And I know what y'all are going to say. CRST. Okay, CRST for sure. And I'll tell you something about CRST. You know, you hear all this bad stuff on the internet about them and stuff, that they're a crap company, and, you know, they slave labor, you know, they hire anybody. They hire home. But I'll tell you what, they were the first company that I had called just because they were the first company that popped up on my, you know, on my Google search, basically. And ever since I had called them, they're checking in just about every week. My recruiter, his name is Logan. I'm not going to give you his last name, but he's been checking on me every week, seeing how school's going, seeing how I'm doing, seeing if, you know, I needed any advice, because, you know, he was a trucker himself or whatnot, and knows stuff about it. And so, I mean, I'll say that about CRST, that their recruiter, I don't know what I'm not going to give his last name, Logan, he's a hell of a dude, man. He really is. And, you know, just because they were the first company that said automatic off the top, yeah, we'll take you, don't worry about it, don't worry about your felony, you know, that gave me hope for everybody else, you know, to start putting in applications everywhere else. And so, I mean, a part of me kind of feels a little loyal to them already, you know what I mean? Just because they were the first company, and they're the only company that has been checking up every week, checking up on me, seeing how I'm doing, seeing if I need anything. So I have to give them that respect. I really do. You know, I know what y'all are saying about, you know, CRST's crap company to work for and whatnot, but just about any company you start off at is going to pay you crap. You know what I mean? You'd have no experience. So, anyways, I'll say that about CRST, about their recruiter at least. That they're on the ball, you know. So CRST, Mylan, TMC, Boyd Brothers. What was the other one? Covenant. So I got 5 companies that I'm considering right now. Who else was there? There was another one. Mylan. Hold on, let me look at my